Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. I am Jeff J. All my friends are gone, so you get me on a solo show. We got a lot to talk about today. That Warriors-Rockets game, I know you saw Harden go off and stake his claim to MVP. KD, that out-of-bounds play, we're going to get back to that in a second. We're going to talk about Kawhi and his return, warm return to San Antonio, and a wild NFL wildcard weekend. But first, we talked about it yesterday. Taylor and I, we spoke about James Harden and whether or not he was an MVP candidate. Where does he stand? He proved it last night. He went off. He scored the go-ahead three in Draymond's face to seal the deal and send the Rockets on this amazing streak that he's been going after. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I was here yesterday. He kind of made me eat some crow. Like, you see him talking to Draymond. He let him know what it is. Draymond's been getting trolled this whole season. Listen, man, that guy has to reevaluate a few things, but this is what I want to do. It's me and it's you. Give me all your comments. We're going to have a great conversation. Let me know whether or not you care about Harden going off like this, because during the regular season the last few years, he's been phenomenal. But I feel like when it counted in the playoffs, he hasn't really shown up. You think about Game 7 versus the Warriors, that series versus San Antonio. So does it really matter? I want to know what you guys think. Let's go to the comments, see what y'all saying. Bruce the Cat, Harden ain't MVP. Well then, if Harden isn't MVP right now, tell me who you think it is. I mean, Giannis might have to take Giannis. See, I said Giannis again, right? Yo, Dakota, what's going on? Giannis might have to take a back seat right now, but this tear that Harden's going on, it's unprecedented. 9 straight games of 35 plus, 5 assists. I think it's a stretch to say anybody else is MVP right now, but does it really matter? Because he can get all the regular season accolades. The MVP is a regular season award, but what's going to happen in the playoffs? That's where my mind is right now. Just Willis, why Harden travel so much? Hey, it ain't traveling if you ain't call it. You know you play in the park a bunch of times where if you don't call it, it's good. And he's like a maestro, man. He's like a magician the way he shuffles his feet and he makes it one fluid motion. Yeah, he may take an extra step or 2 or 3 or 4, but you gotta talk to the refs on that one. You gotta talk about them and see if they're calling it. Make .30, he's the most traveling player. I know a few cats from Queens who may dispute that because when you talk about walks, they take passport level travels. So I don't know, but Euroball, 3 steps is good. So I'd love to see what some of them are doing. If Harden stuff is legal over here, I don't know. Kyle Wolf 24, love Harden going off, especially with that bad call. Thank you for bringing that up. You get the Segway Award for the day because you want to talk about horrible calls. That call from KD where he was out of bounds, he was the most out of bounds has ever been in the history of out of bounds. Like, how did they miss it? I don't understand. He was in the front row. He could have been drinking the premium drinks with those front seat people, and they didn't call that? That has to be the most flagrant non-call I've seen in a while. But let me ask y'all something. That was horrible. Like, was every ref looking the other way? Dakota, like, how do you miss that? And listen, the Warriors have about 85 elite players. They don't need the calls too. And I feel like, to me, Dakota was telling me, the basketball gods, I gave you your credit. The basketball gods said, not today. Not on my watch. The basketball gods weren't letting that happen. I think that's why Harden got his retribution. But as bad as that call was, watching the NFL, man, some of these refs have been horrendous, absolutely horrendous. So I want to know from you. Tell me, do you think the NFL refs versus the NBA refs, who are worse? Who have made the most blown calls, the worst calls? I tell you, you see that once in a while in the NBA, but the NFL, I feel like we went on a streak of months where there was just unconscionable calls that were made. Brock Kid 9, ref with the blindfold challenge. Yeah, Bird Box. Yo, you gotta go to the BR app. Go to the BR app and see the compilation of all of the tweets from the stars and everybody in the NBA. Daryl Morey is like the most pettiest owner I've ever seen. Like that Bird Box challenge, him and CP3 linked up on that. If y'all saw that edit with the ref, the Bird Box challenge, they were definitely doing the Bird Box challenge. I don't know. Let's see, what else do y'all talk about? Harry CC, that was terrible, super out of bounds. I agree. Like, he was in another part of the multiverse. He was on another Earth. Like, that's how far he was out of bounds. Myla MFR, the refs need to be a lot better. Seriously, it's so bad they need to fix that. I agree. And man, too saucy. Don't forget, Harden got fouled in the game winner too. Ridiculous. That's a great point, man. Let me know. That was a 4-point play, but do you think it's retribution or like payback for the fact that Harden gets fouled on every single play, and it's to the point where you have to put your hands behind your back and guard him from 10 feet away so that you don't get a call? I don't know. There was another play earlier where he had drove and he went for the and one. He didn't get that call either. So I don't know if it's a matter of the refs swallowing their whistle, but that should have been a 4-point play. And that was a 4-point play. Draymond might have had to walk home. Because, man. Real ambition, NFL refs all day. Jacob Casher, NFL is just lame, but NBA is bad. So, Jacob, let me know, what is worse about the NBA refs than the NFL refs? Because I need to see that. Let me know that. I want to know from you, because you say it's bad. It seems like you're leaning on the part of the NBA. You let me know why. Jersey Boy 52, by far the NFL refs were the worst. Yeah, man, I can never forget that Fail Mary. I know that was replacement refs, but hey, they were repping the NFL. Like, I've seen, and I'm still triggered by the Tuck rule too. Like, there's been a lot. I can't let that go. I can't let that go. You can't let the Patriots get everything. You know what I'm saying? Durant is getting LBJ treatment. Matt, what do you mean by that? Do you think he's getting too many calls, not enough? Oh, I guess I've never seen LeBron get away with stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, you gotta let me know more of what you're talking about. I mean, imagine if it was the players. Amuse, yeah. If it was the playoffs, they would have had to do something. They would have had to review it. But I've seen bad playoff calls too that they just rock with. So I don't know. Tony Seven Evans, Harden best offensive player of all time though. All time is a long time. I mean, that's a great owner. Daryl Morey is a great owner, man. Like, I'm glad he has his back. Offensive player all time, he's climbing up those ranks. I'll tell you that much. But you want to talk about offensive. Kawhi's return to San Antonio. Bruh, they treated this man like he was a supervillain. He's getting traitor chants at the line. And San Antonio, you know, y'all had a reputation. You'll let me know what you think. Do you think it was fair or foul that Kawhi got that reception? This is the same guy that won, 2 titles with the Spurs? Was it 2? Was it what? It's Friday. You gotta give me. He won a championship. He definitely won a championship with them. Cause they won. When they beat the Heat, he was the MVP. He was the He was the Finals MVP. He won. He brought a banner to San Antonio, and he got treated like that. And yo, the Spurs are so petty because they announced Danny Green first to get the cheers and Kawhi to get the boos. There was peak WWE going on right there. But I want to know what y'all think. Like, let me know in the comments. Do you think he should have been booed? Do you think he should have been cheered? Do you think the traitor Kawhi's mom was going at it with people in the stands? Like, it was real. Like, this dude went into a war zone last night. Do you think that was fair? He shouldn't have been booed. Dietrich612. So this is what I'll say. I think it's cool to cheer somebody when they return, like as a salute, thank you for your time here. But then as soon as the ball goes up, you're not on my squad, so I'm not cheering for you. I think that's more in bounds than anything. They should have been chanting, "We are salty." Yo, Jason, you know, and let's keep it real. San Antonio's gotten this rep as being like the model fans, the ideal. They're so respectful and da-da-da-da. They were hurt. That was peak hurt. They were so salty that Kawhi took his talents elsewhere. But then why do we get so upset at stars that want to do something other than play for the team that you root for? You do it in your jobs all the time when you want to go from job to job. If you leave your job now, do you think your old job is going to look at you? Maybe they will, but you'll be in a better place, right? Why are we allowed to do it in our fields of employment, but when stars in the NBA or sports do it, you have to have this blind sense of loyalty. It makes no sense. No, the Spurs fans feel like they got the bad side of the trade, did they? AK Hawk, y'all are real good in these comments. Y'all are serving me up like alley-oops. It's like Bron. I'm Bron and y'all are Wade right now, just standing there like this. I think this is one of those rare times where both teams won the trade. DeMar is killing for the Spurs right now, and Kawhi has just augmented the Raptors to be one of the top 2 teams in the East. Now, would I say where they fall in the standings, that's going to be yet to be determined, but as far as 2 players that are repping their teams and their actual output, yeah. I don't think the Spurs or the Raptors have anything to be mad about. And NFL fans aren't going to be mad either because it is wild card weekend. We got 4 good games on the slate and a lot of interesting storylines to go. You got the Colts and the Texans, which is basically the 3rd time they're playing a divisional game. We'll see who comes out on top. Seahawks and Cowboys. Are the Cowboys going to cowboy like they've cowboyed in this century in the playoffs, or are they finally going to win a game? Who knows? Chargers and Ravens. You got Phillip Rivers going up against Lamar Jackson, the young gunner, versus the old gunslinger looking to make an MVP push this year and take his Chargers to the promised land, which is the Super Bowl. And the Eagles and the Bears, Mitch Trubisky showing out. That defense, one of the scariest things I've seen this year versus the immortal Nick Foles. Whether or not does Nick have another run in him? I want to know from you guys. Who's the scariest quarterback right now in this wild card weekend? And who do you think has the best chance to pull an upset? Right now, I believe all the home teams are favorites. You saw it on the app. Go to the BR app, of course, and check out what the spreads are. And the spreads are low, which means Vegas wants you to bet. But I'm thinking right now, I'm going to keep thinking. I want to talk to y'all and see what you think about the quarterbacks and the teams in this tournament. Let's see what you got. Let's look through these comments. Saint Nick Foles. Well, he's gonna get deified if they win another Super Bowl. At this point, he's gonna be immortal. And then we may have to have that conversation about the best best player in Eagles history, maybe, or even is Carson Wentz needed anymore? Let's see loyal Eagles fans. Let's see what you guys think about that. Eagles gonna beat the Bears. Foles is balling. Josh, I know there's a lot of people in Philly and the surrounding U.S. that hope that's the case, but, the Bears are a scary sight, man. That defense is different. It's different. It is not the same. It's different. So, I don't know. Let's see what else. Y'all have some good comments here. Texans, Seahawks, Ravens, Bears. All right, so you're basically taking he has the Cowboys cowboy again losing. So that team hasn't won since I don't think DVR was invented yet. You wouldn't be seeing me now at the last time the Cowboys won. So Cowboys fans, talk to me. How optimistic are you? Because I wouldn't want to play the Seahawks. Of all the teams left in the NFC that you could play, that's in the wild card weekend, I don't think the Seahawks are the ones that you want to see. They got the experience. They got Russell Wilson. I don't know if it's looking good. And you're in a dome, so it's ideal weather and playing field. I don't know, man. Y'all, my Giants bias aside, y'all looking funny right now. I don't know what's going to happen. Texans going to win 30-10, no doubt. Andrew Luck has a lot to prove. He's been having a comeback of the year season. I don't know. The Texans to me are funny. It feels like they're hot and cold, but they're at home. I understand why they're favored. Yeah, that's the other thing, Dakota. That's true. You play a team 3 times, anything is up for grabs. Baltimore gonna win the Super Bowl. Sack royalty, yeah. Let me know if you know something I don't, because I need to call up Vegas, because if that happens, I know at least a few of my homeboys who are Ravens fans who are gonna be happy about that. Colts, Seahawks, Chargers. Y'all do not like the Cowboys for anything. Y'all don't like them at all. Eagles can win if Foles get the ball out quickly. If not, the Eagles won't have the chance. Jason, yeah. I think it's as simple as that. Because that front line of the Bears, man, it's murder. Like Foles has been there for a minute, so we'll see. Russell Wilson has to be the most dangerous in wild card weekend. I can't disagree with that. Maybe Phillip Rivers, I would have said that if they weren't outside in Baltimore, but Russ has quietly been putting together a solid season, got his team into the playoffs along with a lot of other people. Chris Carson, Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett, salute to you. You got me some fantasy money this year too, so I got a drink for you at some time. But yeah, if it's one quarterback I don't think I would want to face, it's Russell Wilson for sure. Well, that does it for us. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks to all the production, crew, makeup, everybody on the other side. It's the end. It's the weekend. Tune in on Monday for Adam Lefkoe for all your NFL questions. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.